Hello. As you know, I don't take on repairs. I've got enough of my own equipment to fix.
Colin,
Hello.
a neighbour's asked if you could take a look at this.
Oh, right. What's wrong with it?
Well, the fault description's here.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. So, it's a Panasonic SC-HC397, and I believe it's a Bluetooth and CD and radio. Interestingly, it has an F connector at the back, so that would be for DAB. Right. Let's power it up on my isolation transformer. Oh, the notes say the message lit up. It just said no. Okay. But it might... She seems to think that the laser may need cleaning. Left it for a few weeks, tried it again, and it seems to work. Okay. So what could no mean? It might mean no CD. Right, I've powered it up. This is the on-off button here, I think. Okay, it says hello. Which is the CD input. No disc. That's not no, that's no disc. Alright. Where's eject? Or open close? Right, and it came complete with the CD, so we'll give that a whirl. CD. Okay, so if I press play, presumably it plays. Right. Well, going to be a bit hard to fix then, isn't it? Is it worth cleaning the laser? It might be, but perhaps I should take a closer look at it. What I'll do is I'll switch power off so I can get to look at it on the microscope and see if there's any contamination on it before we start possibly doing more harm than good. Well, looking at that lens, it looks pretty good. All you can see really are reflections of the lights from the microscope. Really, that is not a contaminated laser. Let's zoom in a bit, see if that helps. Okay, so I am seeing some specks of dirt on that laser. Big enough to cause a problem? Probably not. Now, there is some argument about whether you can use isopropyl alcohol on a laser lens or if it will dissolve a coating, and I'm not taking any risks, so I will only be using water with a cotton bud. Okay, a bit better. Let's use a bit of air on it, I think, and that could also blow out any dust that's underneath the lens. One more fresh, clean cotton bud. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. Some of the marks that you can see are not marks. Some of those are reflections of lights. I may have the benefit of a slightly better image than you do through the microscope camera. It does look pretty good. Okay, we'll just test that again. The CD itself is not in perfect condition. Good. So I'm, testing it with the CD that's had a little bit of use. Can I just press play and it'll close anyway? No, switch it on and press play. Right, the other thing I'll do is skip towards the end of the CD. We have 15 tracks here, so let's try 15. Okay, yeah, that's fine. No skipping, nice and solid. I mean, what you could do, take it apart, get the service manual and look at the envelope from the output from the laser and check that you've got a good I waveform. But I'm not about to strip this down if I don't need to. Well, I hope you've enjoyed us doing a quick laser check and clean on this thing. Actually, it seems quite a nice unit. It's a good few years old, but it's decent quality. Yes, okay, sorry, it's been very short this week. I'll show you some of the things I've been working on. I've had a very busy week. I've got 2 of these JVC Super VHS machines, both of which are broken down, both of which have been working in my studio until recently. So we need to fix those, or at least one of them. There's also a Panasonic AG4700, similar to the NVHS 1000, and that's got the usual coupling from the loading motor has split. I think I've got some spares up there, maybe 1 or 2 left, so I have to install that. It's a quick job. I've been sent some mini DV tapes that were recorded on a camcorder that was out of alignment. Do you remember I was playing with these JVC camcorders a while ago? And this one plays okay, but can't record because the CCD's failed. So it would be a good candidate for opening up the plastic work here so that I can get to the tape guides and be able to adjust those to perhaps match recordings made on a bad camcorder. Or should I just take the cabinet work off? Maybe I'll have enough room to do that. So plenty going on. It's just that this week has been too much. Oh, also, yes, there was also my Samsung smartwatch 6, which a repair agent took and ruined. So plenty coming up over the next few weeks. Bye for now. So what happened here? This watch is still in perfect working order, but it was sent by Samsung or via Samsung to their local UK repair agent called SBE, who were supposed to be repairing the fact that the display is coming off. It's just the glue's failed on the display. It's a common fault on them. But in the end, they decided that that couldn't be covered under warranty because that's user damage, mechanical damage, really. And in doing so, they also messed about with the screws on the back. One of the screws is not done up properly, and another one of the screws is chewed. So basically it's a write-off as far as I'm concerned, because I'd have to get hold of replacement screws as well as the glue. So I'm not going to go ahead and repair that myself, though the repair itself probably just consists of a bit of glue and a couple of screws, and maybe if you're in there you change the battery at the same time. Just a possibility. Look, I'm going to sell that, spares and repairs, for about £35 if somebody would like to make me an offer.